obviously going to be a work in progress for a while. We have some depth issues, but that's nothing any of us didn't know. I really liked the stretch of basketball we played in the first half. I think we're up 35-10 or 37-12. We kind of, didn't do our job the rest of the way, but it's good for those young guys to get out there in front of some people. We didn't convert the foul line very well. We got to rebound the ball better, but it's our first time out in front of, if you could call it a crowd, and we're just gonna have to keep improving. Another week of practice before we play some games. So I'm pleased with a lot of the things, but I know there's some things we can get better at.
Is that the lineup that you're looking to play early on in the season, with Bryce coming off the bench like that?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm experimenting. I thought Bryce played very well. In the first half, not so well. He's kind of like the rest of the team, not so well in the second half. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens here. Dante's gonna have to play some point guard minutes for us, obviously, which is something that has to happen. And Bryce, had he avoided foul trouble, I would have played him the rest of the way. To work on his stamina and all that kind of stuff. But overall, for those freshmen, I'm pleased with what they did. And then we just gotta, we gotta have guys get better. And Nick and Al got to play better. I mean, those guys, they kind of, to me, they kind of went through the motions a little bit once we got the 37-12 lead. And it's just not, you just can't do that.
You talked about the depth. Obviously, it isn't anything new, but you joked about it at media day how if Nick and Al can't get into foul trouble, they won't anymore. But realistically,
they can't.
What will happen if either of them do? I mean,
we'll have to play smaller right now until Curtis and Garrett get more ready. We'll have to play smaller. And both those guys, Curtis and Garrett, missed significant block of time, seven days and 8 days of practice. So they're obviously a little bit behind, but it's we're going to have to rely on a few guys to stay out of foul. Mo can't get in foul trouble until Gio gets back, so he's got 10 games he can't get in foul trouble. And then Nick and Al can't get in foul trouble, and they both got to play better.
Tonight, aside, assuming that they're both playing well, what kind of advantage does it give you to have two big men like that? I'm guessing that not a lot of other teams have that.
Well, it depends on who you're playing. Like, I think what a lot of people will do to us is size down and play a shooting four and force Nick out to guard a shooting four, which he's absolutely awful at. And that's what I think people will do to us somewhat. And then if we do have foul trouble, we'll only be able to play one of those guys at a time, which will, limit what we have size-wise. So we got to become a better block-out team and a better defensive rebounding team. I like some of the things we did pushing the ball, especially early in the game. And then we got to improve on a few areas. If guys want to run, they got to run hard. Because if you get out there, Mo will get you the ball, and he'll lay it on your hands, and all you got to do is put it in. So it's important that our guys understand that too.
Are you surprised? I mean, you knew Mo coming in could do a lot of things, but his just judgment with the ball and his comfort level and all that in the open court.
It's kind of uncanny, to be honest with you. I mean, the guy has a great feel for the game, and he sees everything, and he knows what to do. Plays. I don't think any stage is going to bother him either, to be honest with you. He has one of those demeanors where he doesn't really give a damn, and he's going to play his game no matter what. I actually want him to, and I'll tell him this, but I'll say it here. He needs to make more plays. He needs to be a guy that is more of a playmaker for us right now, especially until Gio gets back. Because if he does that, the more plays he makes, the easier it is for everybody else. Like when he was getting deep in the paint, he really made some stuff happen, and that's what we got to get him to do all the time.
Are the other guys ready for it to be like a running team? I mean, you talked about if they run, he'll get you the ball, but is that kind of mindset set in?
Well, see, on misses and turnovers, we have to try to convert easy baskets. I mean, we have to, and we did a lot today in the first half. We did a great job of converting in the first half, and then in the second half, we kind of bogged ourselves down, and we didn't do a great job of running our lanes. Our bigs ran when they felt like it, which is something that I need to rectify with those two guys. And it's going to be really important for us to get some easy baskets, because in the half court, when people play behind us, like, they play behind Al, they force him to shoot over top, or he gets fouled. It's challenging for us right now. Yes?
Coach, how much of a concern will it be down the stretch in the whole season for the big men, and especially Alex Stevenson, to convert free throws? Because,
What did we shoot from the line today? We must have been awful.
Yeah.
What did we shoot?
40.
7 for 19.
I remember you mentioned it last year that
Yeah.
as he
It
came
is a
back,
problem.
he needed to get into
It is a
free throw
problem.
mode.
And there's nothing we can really do about it because there's nobody else to play in that spot going down the stretch right now. If Al makes 50% of them, that's probably pretty good right now. He's just not a great free throw shooter. He's got a decent stroke, but I think once he misses a couple, it kind of tightens him up, and then he seems to think about it over and over again. So it is a problem.
Will you do anything during practice to try and get improvement there?
That we shoot free throws a lot. We shoot a lot of free throws. He's probably a guy who should be coming in getting 100 a night by himself and stuff like that because it is going to be critical for us.
Bryce made his first 4 3-pointers. From what you've seen in practice, can he be that type of reliable shooter for you guys?
I don't think he's quite there yet in terms of being that kind of shooter. I think he's going to get there, no doubt. Bryce Jones is going to be really, really, really good player, and it's just going to take him a little bit of time. But I do believe this guy, he's made huge strides since we started playing, and he eventually is going to be a knockdown shooter as well as a guy that can get to the basket and make plays and do all that other stuff. So I'm very confident in Bryce's abilities.
They put up a lot of 3-pointers tonight, or today I should say, probably because of our height advantage inside. Do you feel like we defended them well, or they, basically just didn't shoot?
Well, they
particularly?
play. That's their style basically. 5 out. When we scheduled this game, we wanted to play teams. We played Air Force, which runs a unique style, and these guys run a unique style. So we wanted to make sure we played some people that ran different styles, and they didn't shoot it very well from there, which is good. But I'm a little disappointed. I thought we were really, really good defensively in the first half, and then I think we kind of let down a little bit, being up a large margin at halftime, and that's really not the way to play championship basketball. If you do that, you're gonna end up biting yourself in the rear end at some point.
What do you want to work on in practice before Saturday?
I haven't watched any Irvine tape yet, so I want to see how they play before. I mean, we're going to work on everything, but as we get to those, we're going to go Monday, Tuesday off Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday will be prep days. We'll really hone in on Irvine during that period of time. But just overall, we got to make sure that we're improving at a steady pace, and we can't have any steps back in practice this week. We've got to do a really good job of playing better.
Could you have played Gio and Aaron tonight because it's a...
No, they can't play. They can't play an exhibition. They couldn't play in the scrimmage either.
Are they both healthy? Is Gio healthy?
They're both very healthy, yeah. And they've been going hard in practice and stuff like that.